Hello, my fellow YouTubing Americans. Been sleeping every night for a week. What an amazing camouflage. No matter what my sentiments are being here at the coast, being able to sleep makes it all worthwhile. Just, it's part of my overall sense of well-being is completely, just totally readjusted upwards, multiple notches. I just feel so much better. Yeah, I had an interesting scenario early on when we first got here in the neighborhood. Let's just call it somewhat of a mishap. I made myself gullible. What can I say? I was still sleep deprived. I can tell you all the excuses. I was trying to build goodwill in the neighborhood by hiring the local handyman. He reassured me he did work for the landlords, which he was, and I allowed myself to get conned. Maybe there was no intention. I don't know, but he was so reassuring that the local gas company was going to take the Cuenca tanks. And of course, that wasn't to be. So I'm out 20 bucks because I hired him to paint them because they're different color here, but they're not just a different color, they're totally different tanks. So anyhow, long story short, it's my fault. I'm not going to be hiring him for anything else, so I'm going to let him know my own peaceful way. I actually recorded the conversation between me and the gas guy where he's telling me under no uncertain terms that they're not going to accept the tanks, which the handyman reassured me up and down that they would. He even acted like he knew the people. But anyway, like I say, it's my fault. I allowed it. Normally I would have just told him I'll let you know and just double check with the gas company. You know, that brings me to this thought. I seem to make mistakes when I'm tired. Is that pretty normal, right? We get tired, we get weary, and that's when we're more susceptible to making a mistake. Yeah, we've been working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. loading and unloading, so yeah, there was a fatigue aspect to it. Just travel in itself makes you fatigued. So the best thing when you're traveling, something like that comes up, just know the best answer is no. Just to wait it out till you're not fatigued. Then I can handle it better. But it's not the idea of the 20 bucks, it's the idea that he double charged me on his time, because I found out later from what the landlord paid him that I paid him twice as much, and then he scalped me on the cost of the paint. So all the way around, the whole picture didn't look really all that good. But like I say, I just landed, so things will get better from this point on. We're going to walk on the water?
Yeah.
My second parade, the Mercado, was definitely more successful. I definitely confirmed all my suspicions that the previous prices were gringo prices. Well, anytime you're paying what stores charge, you're getting gringoed. Mercado prices have to be at least 50% off in the store. Not the most expensive ones in town either. You can see that comparing, saying, oh, it's cheaper than this store or that store, that's no comparison. Cheaper isn't clear enough, it's too vague. Cheaper, you know. It has to be half, or better, even better. So yeah, I have a special Mercado walk that I do, and it was less needy. That's another thing. You don't go shopping at Mercados. You just make a presence. That's exactly what I did. They could sense it. They could see that my walk said I'm not buying, and so they came up to me. I got some good deals, and I'm happy about it. Also, when they start asking me where I'm from, That's a sign. I let them know I'm from here. You're going to be seeing me every week. Treat me right. So we conquered one of the main expenses of living, and that's food costs. It's more crucial for families. Families on a budget have to be more diligent. Now, I see a lot of these people come down here. They're just like one person or just a couple. I'm only singling that out to say something about budgets. You know, when I see things like a couple can live on $1,500 a month, I laugh at that. It's laughable. You know, I've met couples that spend all of their Social Security checks.
You might want to move away from the ball.
Both of their checks, whatever their monthly income's $1,500. I've met couples that spend all of it, and they say their budget's tight. And yet, if it was Angie and I know for a fact we could live on $800, $900, and that would be comfortable. I mean, we'd be going out to eat, and that's because we do things on a local level as much as we can. Now, do we make mistakes? Yeah, sure. Especially when you're new someplace. You know, that's when you make most of your mistakes, when you're new, but you live and learn, right? Yeah, $1,500, man, we'd be... I think we're invading their feeding. Oh, hey, there was a recent article, I don't know how recent it is. My mom was telling me there was an article in some business magazine. I don't remember if it was Forbes or, I don't know, some business magazine like that, talking about living in Cuenca, Ecuador on $2,000 to $2,500. Now, you guys, you ever been to a mechanic and seen a sign or some shop in the States where they got a little white flyer and it's got a cartoon character slapping on the floor, laughing, saying, "You want it when?" That's what comes to mind. You're living on what? And of course, they can only pitch this to the wealthy business community. They're the only ones that would need to spend that much. But it's just insane because, you know, what's the agenda? Why pitch at all? You know, why spend big bucks advertising in business magazines to tell a certain segment of the U.S. population, clearly wealthy, that they can live on $2,500 in Cuenca, Ecuador, when just 10 years ago they were telling people you could live there on $600 to $900. What's going on here?
Well, that wasn't just 10 years ago. That was when we got there.
8 or 9 years ago, or even 5 years ago.
They were talking about 600.
They were talking about 900 in 2011.
I can name the names on the Yahoo article. They said they were living on $600 a month in Cuenca in 2011.
Yeah. I'm telling you this stuff just so you can see a picture forming. I see the picture forming. I've been seeing a picture forming. And since I got here, I've been tracking that picture, and I've been putting it in writing for people to clearly see, especially in our books. But yeah, what's with the consistent budget? There's like an annual budget to spend money on advertising to tell people how much they can live on. I mean, yeah, okay, sure, I understand the local business community is inviting of tourism. There's no issue with that. There's no problem with that. You know, that's not what this is about. Tourism is a worldwide phenomenon. Lots of tourism-related businesses make lots of money off of it, and those people are happy. No issues, right? But when you tell people they can come down here and live on $600, then $900, then $1,500, yeah, living year-round, living permanently year-round. Anyhow, that all factors in with us, people on small means. Where do we fit in? We're making it happen. It does take certain skills. I mean, if anything, skills that, or characteristics, I should say, skills and characteristics. Persistence, tenacity, perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, you know, all the things you've seen us do. You know, and if you get tired and give up, boom. That's just money going out of your budget. I really think anybody in any means can live abroad if they have these skills and characteristics. But you have to be somebody that is open to learning new things, like new language, new customs, going from introvert to extrovert, being a peaceful person in the neighborhood, non-confrontational, loving your neighbor. You know where it leads. Now from a self-sufficiency standpoint, you know, I've had to practice that. Practice what you preach is something I've been consistently clear at making sure that I'm practicing what I preach. Everything I talk about, I'm doing. But I have had to expand my horizons myself.